know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard out of sight and out of mind. We must be crazy to live so aimlessly, and yet so confined. That's right, we survive. We are fighters and we break the rise alive. We break the rise alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. Tell me why we're gifted with such insight, but we're so blind to the demons that we all fight. This really by design, and if so, then what happened to our human side? If we can't let go of the hate in our souls, then I fear we've wasted our lives. That's right, we survive. We are fighters and we break the rise alive. We break the rise alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. That's right, we survive. We are fighters and we break the rise alive. We break the rise alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side.
I don't know what that is. But ladies and gents, welcome to a wonderful world of Ring Warriors. We're finally back with a proper session this time. Not an actual dev stream, but an actual playing session. Oh my lord. Which is great. I've got my players on their way. Vinny's here, if anyone's interested. He's hiding in the back. Chilling out and...
I'm me, I'm just having a sandwich.
Yep, he's peppering his Angus. Ready for tonight's bit. So, whilst we are waiting for the guys, I thought I would go over some updates with the game, some major ones. For those that didn't check out my dev stream from earlier this week, you may not have known that, yes, although there is a lot in here that I have been working on, we worked on these sections down here over the past few months. The items list. So now we've completely changed how attire and AC works in the game. So now we have legacy attire. Bearing in mind, more legacy attire will be added at some point. This was more so a demo of concept, whilst I think of others and obviously get some more ideas from wrestling fans around. Having things like giant homages to wrestlers of old, wrestlers of the current age, all that jazz. Having things such as Macho's bandana, Hulk's yellow and red, Giant's singlet, Perfectionist's singlet and hand towel, Hitman's jacket and shades, jacket and boots of Stone Cold Beer, probably the most obvious one, Mask of the Hellish Nightmares, Dead Man's long coat, Awesome long coat with Hollywood shades, you'd probably guess who that one is, and Omega's V-Trigger tights, which again, pretty obvious if you know who it is. Which is great. I'm happy we've got those set. They're quite quirky in the little abilities they give you, so, well, hey. Then we reworked the equipment list, added in some new bits, reworked some old bits. I'm quite happy with how it now works. It's great. We also introduced merchandise, because, of course, one of the big things of the game, selling your merch or using merch to your advantage. And that's exactly what it allows you to do. Use that merch. Get big or go home. When I went into more, for pack stuff, nothing's really changed. They're packs, simple as. And of course, the big fat change, the weapons list. An absolute giant list of 88 weapons, broken down, explained, some of them having weapon traits, going into details to what else you can do with the weapon, or if they have special properties, etc. And look, oh look, oh look, at all your delicious weapon choices, including tarot cards minor arcana with magical tarot cards of the minor arcana, and tarot cards of the major arcana, which are majorly pains in the arse, including such amazing powers as the Tower. The target rolls a toughness save, and on a failed save is brought down to 1 health point. Yeah. Abilities like the Judgment. The attacker gains a glimpse into their own future and can re-roll the next one on an attack or save, but must accept the new result. One of my favourites, the World Door, which sadly does not have the effect from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures because it's too obvious, but it has something similar. It doesn't necessarily have the World's ability, but I still added in a little quirky thing here from JoJo, which you may notice. A sense of completion and an end, bringing in a new phase of reality. When this card hits, time is rewound to the beginning of combat and initiative is re-rolled. All damage calculated up to this point is still apparent, only the attacker knows that time has been reversed. Oh lord. If you know the JoJo reference, you get some points. Simple as. Tons of weapons, tons of fun, pick your poison.
The box if you use it whilst fighting a road roller.
Well done, roller, reset. Let's hit the redo. I've also gone over, in the last dev stream we did, went over the wrestling championships. So now all 100 have gone over. There were some typing errors on some of them. There were abilities that just weren't that great, or too overpowered, or just didn't have the balancing I wanted them to have. So some of them have been reworked, rebalanced, resorted, reorganized, reinsurance, which is absolutely fantastic. And just makes them that little bit better as well, because a balanced game is a fun game, but even then, You really want to, especially with tabletop role playing games, you really want to shove in insanely overpowered crap. Because it's one thing being able to just suplex someone. It's another thing being able to suplex someone enough to the point where you create a nuclear explosion and wipe everything off the face of the earth. And I don't know about you, that's freaking awesome. So why not allow my players to do it in a fantasy world full of wrestling and crazy stuff? I mean, you could suplex someone and you're a fox fighting a rabbit. Or a shark fighting a giant hunk of rock birthed by Mother Nature. Get with it. Or if you want to be a basic bitch, you could just have two humans going at it. But even then, the humans have mutators. So you won't be facing the same mutant twice, hopefully. But that's basically all the work. A lot's been done in a very long time. Bearing in mind I started work on the weapon list back in the end of last year. And I've only just finished it at the end of February. So that took almost 2 months to completely rework and create a fully functioning weapon list of 88 weapons. It was originally 91 weapons, but I simmered it down because I don't want to kill myself. So,
Completely fair to yourself, Dom. Like 2 months on your own to do an entire weapons list and balance it. That's bloody impressive, and I'm proud of you.
oh, thanks, dude. It is what it is.
It's not easy work doing what you're doing, and you're flying through it with the attitude of I can't fail because my idea is awesome, and it is awesome, and you can't fail.
I better not. I wanna kick D&D off of its high horse. And whilst
You're gonna need a really high. That's going to be a very high DC to save that.
that's the thing. I wanna be able to take D&D, kick it off of its high horse, and then whilst it's falling off the horse, RKO it out of nowhere. Like, that's...
Steal the horse and run away.
But the trick is, I'm not trying to say to people that D&D is bad, because, hell, D&D will always stand the test of time. It is a great game for what it is, for those people that love it. I love D&D. I criticize D&D all the time because I love D&D. Did I make this game to combat D&D? No. If anything, I made this game to complement the fact that D&D is so good, it has inspired me to make a rival to D&D. To make a competitor to D&D that, quite frankly, has no competition. No one has had the wherewithal or the absolute genius to truly combine the world of fantasy with wrestling in a tabletop role-playing environment.
As well, you've come off to a great start because you're already better than the current WWE game.
Oh yes, I mean, do you want to say? I mean, at least I don't have glitches where your face fall off. You know what I'm saying?
At least, like you can start a game without having to stop as soon as you start.
True that.
5 times in a row.
Oh god. At least I can win a championship without gradually phasing down through the ring. With my
Even
legs
2020.
flopping. Oh god. And speaking of legs flopping, hello Tash.
Hey. I was just waiting in the shadows.
The segue.
I was doing that earlier.
Oh yeah,
You were in the shadows behind me.
yeah. Just be like, hello.
You
Yeah,
were in the
hello,
shadows.
Tom. Hello, Vinny.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for? Ah,
Nah, sorry.
sorry, mate.
No, I just remember
Hashtag let down.
the devil. Hello. It's just like they taken the Chuckle Brothers, and it's like, hello, it's me. Who are you? Ugh,
Oh, it's beautiful.
not gonna lie, I've been casually pacing back and forth, waiting for. What do you think I was? I mean, I was first here, and that's not right. I'm normally
Right.
fashionably late.
Good.
and then unfashionably late, and then just late.
Okay. Now, is it gonna do a thing I want? Probably not.
No, because that's not how life.
Sad face.
You can go your own way.
Like,
fun
fun fact, I used to play Go Your Own Way in a sort of covers band, and it's not as easy as you think it is. Like, despite what everyone else says, the fucking drum, like, beat in that is like such a fucking hard thing to get. Along with everything else. It's ridiculous. But there we go. Okay.
Fun fact: I was on someone else's Twitch stream the other night, and they were just making music, and they had a really nice beat. So I started writing a song. I wrote a song the other day,
Aww.
and I might be doing a collab with a random dude on Twitch.
Nice.
It'd be
Ooh.
nice because I can actually get my voice out there again.
Yes, do it.
And then you make me wanna shout. I've only find out I wrote these sick lyrics. It's Limp Bizkit lyrics.
If I say fuck 2 more times for this fucked up rhyme.
Yes.
Oh, that line is iconic.
There we go. Then be like, what the fuck, man? There we go. And there we are. Saving it. Saving it down.
Get down.
There's someone
Whilst we're
fucking like,
waiting on El Foxo. Oh, there's Evie. Hey!
hey!
Hey, Evie.
I'm actually surprised for Foxy's the last one in.
I know, right? I
It's
actually forgot we even
opposite
had a game today.
day.
It is opposite day. Oh my god.
'Cause I was here weeks before everyone else.
Not
I was
bad.
actually here before Dom was here, but then I dropped out again because no one was there.
Oh my god.
I think, like, just to quickly breeze over with people watching at home, with the weapon list finally done, and my sanity kept in order for now until someone breaks the game with how crazy these weapons are. Next step, I'm going to quickly breeze over the gimmicks. I think they're pretty solid as they are, going into detail with things and giving you bits, but I might rework a couple or all that jazz. We'll sort that out. The wrestle point system area is pretty darn solid. It explains everything completely, and I'm happy with it. Match variations things I am going to flesh out. And I've already started making a full gameplay breakdown section. Starting with fully going into detail, win conditions, loss conditions, the difference between pin, submission, and death saves, and all that jazz, because it's important, and that's it. I don't know where I was going to go with the end of that sentence, but
It's very important for the game as a whole.
Yeah.
For enhanced fun and shenanigans.
very much so, especially since your leveling up experience depends on whether you win or lose. If you lose matches, you don't level up. If you win matches, you do level up, and you want to keep winning. And even then, not necessarily just matches, but encounters in general, because you can have an encounter with a guy outside of the ring and still win, and that'll go towards your level up, you know? It's all that put together in a nice sandwich of fun.
So the more you fight, the more you are in light?
In a way. I mean, like, I've had one criticism from someone recently. This was a guy I was talking to about the game. He's interested in trying it out for himself, which is awesome. But he had one major question. Is Ring Warriors a blatant excuse to just murder hobo everything to win?
I mean, it could be. it could not be. Like, it depends on how you play the game.
It's very true. But on top of that, I think I have done a very good job to try and mitigate murder hoboing in Ring Warriors. And what I mean by that is that the whole idea that when you hit 0, and if you're in an actual match or even in an encounter, your class is KO'd, unless something crazy happens like your last hit to hit someone just so happened to be a crit. So now if you do insano damage, well, they might be more than just KO'd. They could be either severely injured or, God forbid, like Foxy knows, dead.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of the game is about KOing opponents. This also ties in with how the campaign building works with rivals and reoccurring enemies. Because the trick with D&D, and this is a major thing with D&D, you will have set encounters, right? Like, you would have, like, this group of kobolds causing a problem in the village, go sort it out. You fight the kobolds, you kill the kobolds. Maybe a couple of kobolds run away to kobold lair number 125. And that's fine. You've won the encounter, and you may never see those kobolds ever again, depending on where you go on your adventures. The trick with Ring Warriors, although you can have multi-people fights, a lot of the multi-people fights are going to be fights against actual legit opponents, not one big boy leading a group of little boys that you need to all fight in a grand battle. And because of that, the match itself, or the fight itself that you're in, is going to be on a completely different level to something like D&D. Because, for example, you could have these 4 little boys that you're fighting. Let's say 2 could be kobolds, 2 could be goblins or hobgoblins, and then the big boy's a beholder. Then all of a sudden you have lesser HP value enemies that'll be easier to kill. The mid-range enemies that are going to be a little bit harder to kill, but they're not going to be the biggest challenge in the world. And Mr. Beholder, that's going to be the big boy, big challenge dude that's going to screw your crap up. But you're going to have to be careful of the little boys as well as him. I didn't want to create that environment because, number one, doesn't synergize well with wrestling in general. It doesn't quite work unless you have a wrestling match involving 4 dwarves that are really, really understated and 1 regularly sized person that is absolutely beast at everything else. You can do that, and you can do that as like a little gimmicky thing, and by all means do it, because the game allows you to. That's something I wanted to veer away from. I very much want to make every encounter as important as the last, and as impactful as the last. I'm not saying that every opponent that everyone will ever go against will be a rival that reoccurs and comes back. You may end up hitting it where some characters have a little bit of notoriety, like Karatov, for example, in our campaign, where you may have only necessarily battled Karatov once in a very quick nothing match, but then every so often Karatov may just pop up, whether it's in an interview or wrestling another guy on TV or seeing his like poster or name on a card somewhere to know that, yep, he still exists and he's in the world, just he's not related around you. And then you have wrestlers like Mike Jaws. Wrestlers that you've known for a very long time from the beginning, even not necessarily in wrestling, and then you transition to seeing him outside to inside, his mannerisms, the way he treats people, why he's a champion, possible problems in paradise, and he becomes a new level of NPC. And I've seen fantastic videos by a lot of great guys that are specifically D&D content creators on YouTube, and there are so many out there. Please go check them all out. But a lot of them incentivize the idea of creating rivals, the idea of creating a big bad that's not just, oh, go to X, and then once you go to X and do some things around X, you find out there's a bigger plot involving a thing. Oh my lord! And then you fight the big boy and it's like, yay, done. I didn't want that. You want to have that experience where this big bad isn't just a guy you need to beat. This is a guy that represents something against your character. This is a guy that is standing in the way of you achieving something, or is the purpose for you driving yourself to go forward towards the goal of beating the crap out of this guy that keeps telling you you're absolutely pathetic? It's the idea that you're not just creating an enemy that is there for the sake of fitting the role of an enemy slash and pool of HP someone needs to whittle down. It's an actual character with their own purpose, drive, backstory, etc. that you create yourself as a GM, and without having to then basically join the party as with your own character, and then all of a sudden you have a party plus your own NPC, and you're just running the game bearing in mind that I get to do the best of both worlds, which I'm not a big fan of in D&D, to be honest, or other role-playing games like that. But if you do it, fair play, that's your call. For me, it gives GMs the way of you can create all the characters you want, create a pool of them, and think to yourself, if I love this character, I want to transition this love into the campaign by making this character a big plot point. It's not just the matter of one match. Like, for those who watched the match between Lavanya and Mike Jaws, there was so much going into it. The initial bar brawl in Britain, which involved the drunkenness of Eric Dance accidentally starting the fight, and a barroom brawl occurring. The events that led up into then all the times that Mike Jaws has either appeared on TV or they've bumped into him, even during that time in Cairo where you've had to reluctantly work with him in order to get to the center of the problem. When major characters keep popping back up and they become notorious to your party members to the point of, we really don't like this guy, and then at the very end it's still not an end, and it's still very much he's not out of the picture, there's just a reason not to worry about Jaws right now as something else is happening. You know, it's a true test of a game master, dungeon master's skills to really create someone so enticing that people can go mad about them. And I mean, you look at D&D, one of the greatest and well-known characters of all time, Vecna, the Lich. Vecna goes without saying now with Dungeons and Dragons. Even Xanathar to an extent, and now Xanathar has an entire book based on him. Like, there's a lot of iconic characters in D&D that work. Strahd. Freaking Strahd. And the list goes on. But again, those great characters in D&D and important enemies or encounters of D&D, a lot of them are kept very much to their source materials or their specific scenario books, and that's it. You never truly try and see them. It's not like you do Curse of Strahd. You do Curse of Strahd from beginning to end, and then at the end of it realise that Strahd can appear somewhere else, and then just so happens to appear in some of the content of Xanathar's guide to make you believe there might be some things happening on this side of the planet. And you're like, whoop, what? You don't see that. I want you to be able to see that with Ring Warriors. I want you to be able to have all the tools at your disposal. So you can make Strahd, but you can make Strahd come back bigger, better, more evil, and more chaotic than ever the second, third, fourth time round.
Yes. And
Reoccurring
also,
villains are not bad. Reoccurring villains are flawed if you don't have the skills to back it up. That's the main mindset of my ramble, and I know I've been rambling, so I apologize.
But yeah, I was going to say hello.
He's
And
finally
also-
here, god damn it!
I've been here for past 5 minutes.
Fair.
But yeah, I can honestly say that Strahd is actually, he's quite a gentleman for being what he is.
Oh yeah.
Count.
I suppose he has to be classy to an extent. Like,
Yeah,
you know, just because.
definitely.
But he's no Mike
Okay.
Jaws.
I mean, this is true. He's not a shark for a start.
Yeah, and Jaws isn't a vampire.
But you know, they both have the teeth.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
got
do have the
goddamn
teeth.
teeth.
Hmm.
Right, and you know what we got?
What?
A full party,
Yes.
which
Party.
means
Party.
if we
As
switch over to
soon
the
as
game
I
screen, I
can
think it's time for a game.
find,
Woohoo.
as soon as I find my lovely character sheet.
It's buried there somewhere.
Yes.
So, quick recap, because it's been freaking ages since we did an actual sesh, and I remember pretty much most of it. So, Lavanya versus Mike Jaws went a bit tits up as in the middle of a wrestling match, lights went off. Mike Jaws got attacked by mysterious assailant, resulting in Mike Jaws losing the match, breaking his back. A collision between Lavanya and her father Radovan, aka the current World Heavyweight Champion, to the point where Lavanya got knocked out, hospitalized, and all that jazz. But Lavanya is reluctantly the current world hardcore champion because she doesn't believe she earned it, and so has decided to stay at the Bermuda Triangle with AJ, Mike Jaws, etc. to recover, and yet at the same time also help AJ and the old coach try and do something with the gym and renovate things, leaving the rest of the party with one goal. Who are Mad World, and where are they in this Mad World? They got a little tip-off that Mad World just seems to be related around a circus, a traveling circus, but just so happens to be dropping off in Miami, in Florida. So you guys took a boat, went over to Miami. Erg had a fantastic time on the beach, showing those weightlifters how it's done, which was so much fun. And you guys have won yourself basically a hotel, lovely penthouse suite, and we're introduced with Tash's new character of the moment, the most dastardly boy in the history of dastardly, Dr. Thaddeus, the Dastardly.
Yes.
Yes. It's been weeks, but I still haven't forgotten how flamboyant he is.
And that's
You call it flamboyance. He calls it dastardly.
bizarre.
Yes.
I call it weak.
Yeah, there were some altercations between Thaddeus and and Erg, to say the least.
Oh yes.
Complication, landslide defeat. Yeah. Either or.
Oh yes. But this is where we continue. As you guys are in the penthouse, and as you're in the penthouse, things will be occurring. You're obviously the bits between Thaddeus and Erg have been well documented, with the many attempts to chuck out the window and it not working.
He just bounces back. What can I say?
That's it. And as for bounces back keep occurring,
God damn it.
we all begin in this penthouse with all of a sudden a knock on your penthouse door.
But I have to say one thing before this goes on.
Bless you.
It's with Lavanya, it was she punched Thaddeus. That's it. And is it with Thaddeus? Is it like she he bounces? That's it.
He bounces.
He bounce.
He bounce. That's it.
Yeah.
Stubborn, that's it.
I mean, yeah.
Maddie will never die.
Yeah.
He
Or
will.
will he?
He will always be back. But anyways, knock at the door.
Yes,
I'm
there's a
just
knocking
gonna
on the
immediately-
penthouse door.
I'll just be standing in front of the door and I'll just open it up and just stare down at who's there.
All right. As you open the door, you are welcomed by a suited individual This suited individual, however, not like the other suited individuals you have seen before. Very, very much, you can tell he's muscular, but he's more lean muscular. Not as tall as you are, he's about 5'6", and it is a Sharkon with some strong black shades on. And the top half of him is a regular, like, black suit, white shirt, black tie. But then the lower half, there are black shorts. And some sandals.
I'll just say, you here for the gnome?
Dude, it's more like I'm here for all you guys, man. Welcome to Miami. As he just sticks his arms out and has a massive grin on his face.
I'll just sort of shuffle to one side and let him walk in. You guys can deal with him. Erg's gonna go back to bed.
No, as you walk off, he's just looking at you as if to think, strange fellow. But he walks into a room, closing the door behind him, just coming into the penthouse property. He's like, "Hey, all you guys are here. Oh man, that's great. So good to see everybody. I said you guys were instead of a big rock guy. Welcome to Miami."
Don't you realize it's rude to make an entrance and not introduce yourself?
Hey, fatty. Hey, I know what you're like. You can't tell me that. Because Thaddeus, you may know
I was
this
going to say,
person.
do I know this guy?
Well, why don't you all roll me a smarts check, and then we'll find out who does and who doesn't.
You bastard, you start the session off with my weakness.
Okay,
Yep.
smarts check. That is a D12 plus...
No, D6
Smarts.
plus your appropriate stat.
Okay. 8.
8, brilliant.
Just a moment. I will log into my Roll20. So
Courtney lost my dice.
Oh.
Ooh.
She put them in a box somewhere. I can't find them. Somehow I get a natural 12. So
God damn.
Nice. Foxy, you're a bit muffly, by the way, mate, just so you know.
yeah, well, it's because I have not so good these. Wait a minute, where the heck is it? Oh, there.
I remember Foxy saying that you're around someone else's house, am I right?
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
I'm about 300 kilometers from my own home currently.
Okay. No worries. I
Short
thought it
distance,
was that. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
Right,
and
so
I'm on my lovely laptop.
we've got an 8 from the Doctor, a
Yes.
natural 12 from the Big Rock guy, because of course, even though with the lowest smarts in the world, of course he bloody gets it all the time.
Yes.
I got a
of
nat
course.
6 or whatever.
Oh!
Is it
Nice one.
D6 or D12?
Yep, that's right. It rolls D6. So if you roll a 6, nat. Lovely.
Or
I'll roll a d6 then. My bad.
Or perfect,
Oh, then.
or perfect roll.
Basically,
Hold on,
I'll
I'm rolling
have a
this
term-
d6.
written out eventually.
I forgot. Well, it's a nat 6. That's fine.
That's all right. Still a 6. Just leaving Foxy.
The luck today.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a 1 in combat now.
I just need to check out what was my slots. And my slots was. Ooh, nice. So, let's see. And that's a 9.
Okay, you all did very well. Well done. With your rolls, you do know who this is. Apparently, all of you recognise this guy from at some point, whether you've seen him on the telly or seen him during a live show or all that jazz. This is a former champion of Miami, or specifically a former Miami Beach champion. who became very popular around the world for having some very chilled out attitudes. He is a fresher shark that has been in the business for quite a while. His name, Johnny Wave.
God dang it.
Yes.
And you may specifically remember, now, because you all rolled actually quite high, you all remember what made him so famous. What made him so famous was his climax move being known as the Whoa. Because specifically, he used to be a surfer before he joined wrestling and really got into things. But on top of that, whenever he does his climax move, it does leave people going, whoa! That's the point. When he would slam someone onto the mat, go to one corner of the ring, jump onto his opponent as he gathers some momentum, slide on them like it was on a surfboard, straight into the other corner where they land head first into the corner. Which leaves people going, whoa! As in painful, where he's like, whoa, dude. It's great. That's how you recognize him. Johnny Wave, former Miami Beach champion. Obviously more suited and booted than you would like to think, or in this case, suited and sandaled. I guess is the terminology.
Fair enough. So what brings you to this neck of the beach?
Hey, I've been asked to come here by Sean, man. You know, Mr. Leafmeyer. He's a great guy. He's my boss. How we do. But hey, I overheard that you guys want to check out Mad World, am I right?
Yeah, that was kind of a plan.
Dude, mad show. It's so crazy. I didn't know you guys were into the circus.
Well, I might be into more theatrics myself. The circus isn't usually my kind of scene.
Well, fair play, dude.
Oh. Well, that would surprise me.
Oh, yeah.
Such a clown that you are.
I'm sorry, did you say something, Mr. Fox?
Yes.
Well, next time, don't mumble so much. Nobody can hear you that way.
Yeah. Well, I will say it again, that I thought that Circus would be a pretty familiar place to you, since you are such a clown.
Well, if anyone's the clown, it is you, my boy, but we won't get too much into that. We don't have time for these silly, petty arguments.
Yeah, we definitely don't.
Like,
Window again.
oh, God.
Oh, no.
Like, at this point, Johnny Wave is just like stepping up in the middle of everyone, just going like, "Dudes, whoa! No need to get so hostile, man. We're in a good place. It's Miami. Chill. It's all good." Hey,
Yeah,
look.
Miami is an awesome place.
Hey, it is, man. It's great. You gotta check out the beach later. It's some good stuff. Anyway, since I know you guys want to check out Mad World, I got the hookup. Check this out. He goes into his suit, and he whips out a series of 5 tickets. You notice that the tickets are black tickets with white text, and have the smiley grin that some of you may recognize if you looked back at the footage of the Lavanya and Mike Jules fight, because of the masked person's mask. That's if your characters did so, which you characters did not, so this is player knowledge, not character knowledge. Ah! Gotcha. Anyway,
You probably have to call Lavanya. Lavanya, what does the mask look like again?
I mean, you got your mobiles. Anyway,
I mean, that's true, but
We wouldn't really make the connection though, so
not really.
because we wouldn't know, so there'd be no point. There would be no canon point for us asking.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But effectively, he takes those tickets, puts them onto the little table, that's in the penthouse. And just goes, those tickets right there will get you guys the best seats in the house for Mad World. Not necessarily front row, but at least on one of the upper tiers in the mid-range, so you get a good eyes view of everything, and I mean everything. Oh, you guys are gonna enjoy it. This circus is mad!
Okay.
Will there be clowns?
I mean, Mad World don't really do clowns, man. Like,
Not interested.
well, I say clowns like you're talking about the typical red nose, big colorful afro clowns, right?
The right clowns, yes.
I mean, they got clowns that are still crazy and wacky and all over the place, but they're a bit more. They're a bit more. What's the best word of saying? They're a bit more crazy.
If I don't enjoy it, I'm throwing you out the window.
Hey, dude. Hey, if you chuck me out the window, then that's a no-go. But look, these clowns. If you do want to check out clowns during the show, they're just mad, dude. You've seen clowns juggling like with little balls and such. These clowns juggle chainsaws turned on.
It's sort of a satisfied grunt and just goes back to his own world again.
Will there be dismemberment at this carnival?
I mean, I know Madwell gets a little bit crazy, dude, but I've never seen anyone get cut up, man. I mean, I don't know. The last time I went there, they had this crazy act I didn't quite understand. They had this girl in a cage, and they just did some crazy shit involving it.
I will hope that there is blood then when I go there.
Yo, bloodthirsty. Nice. As you just see him, like, he's kind of giving the look as if to go, nice as if not to offend you, whilst at the same time thinking, I'm scared of this one.
I'm guessing this tickets have like the sort of time and everything that the circus starts and all that jazz.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
The tickets themselves, they have the details of your seats, where it is. You have full directions of where to go. On top of that, also giving you the time, specifically starting at 7 p.m. in the evening. You guys are currently chilling out in this penthouse suite in the mornings. You have the whole day leading up to this.
Well, then it shall give us plenty of time to make a nefarious scheme that can possibly give us some insight as to what that strange masked wrestler was doing in the middle of your snake friend's match or something along those lines.
Like, it's this time where Johnny just comes up to you, Thaddeus, like taps you on the shoulders, just like, yeah, that's right. I just hooked up Thaddeus with some of the info, dude, so that he's not completely out of whack. Or else this little guy would be darn tootin' not nuttin'.
I mean, I did have to track these guys like halfway down the Bermuda Triangle and mostly across Miami, so I had to sort of get some information somewhere.
I mean, that's true, dude. You see, I'm not the best at directions, but at least I hooked you guys up with a sweet penthouse.
Well, this penthouse is quite to my taste, if I do say so myself.
Nice. Also giving the same look of, don't touch me.
I didn't know whether Evie was trying to say something. Because I swear I heard a voice. No? Okay.
I love that, just a little, no.
No.
Lovely. It's at this point where if there's no other questions about the circus or anything along those lines, Johnny Wave will just be suddenly getting a phone call from his shorts, going in there, whipping out a phone, just going, "Dudes, what's up? Yo, serious? Okay. Yeah, I'm on that." Flipping the phone down, putting it back in his pocket, concerned. "Dudes, looks like I'm being called away. Looks like some other business stuff. Yeah." It sounds a bit boring, but your man likes it. What can I say? I'm a changed man. You guys enjoy the show. Let me know how it goes, yo. I'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to check out anything before the show, highly recommend the carnival they got around the big tent where the show is. Oh, you guys gonna love it. I'll catch you later, Friars. Yo. He just starts walking out.
Catch you later.
Well, he was quite an eccentric fellow.
Yeah. Well, in the wrestling world, people usually are.
It's at this point as well when you guys are just like looming over tickets, thinking a bit. Kickflip is still in the room with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit.
And
Oh yeah, shit.
throughout this whole time, Kickflip's just been like gaping mouth wide open, shocked face.
I suggest you close that mouth, boy, or you'll catch flies in your mouth.
Man, do you realize who that was?
Of course we kind of do. He's Johnny Wave.
So he's the guy, man. Johnny Wave is my idol. He's the guy that got me into this. Like he's a surfer turned wrestler. I'm gonna be the skateboarder turned wrestler. Like he's my idol. Why didn't I say anything?
Yes, now that you mention it, you were very quiet.
Damn, I should have just shook his hand or something. Damn.
Well, I'm sure we'll come across the fellow again sometime or another. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare plans for tonight. And twirling his moustache and just flicking his cape and just sort of and I mean, I don't know whether it's like separate bedrooms or things along the lines, or is it like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's a separate bedroom for everyone.
And I just going to the bedroom that he kind of nominated for himself, because as far as everyone else is concerned, nobody's actually picked out their rooms yet. So he's like, "Dips on this room!"
Lovely. You just like find the closest room to you.
Where first? He got his room before anyone else.
No.
And with that, you guys, bearing in mind it is the morning, specifically about 9 a.m., you guys have quite some time until 7 p.m. when the circus begins. If there is anything you would want to do in Miami prior to this point, you may do so.
Oh, I wonder if there's stuff I can buy. I mean, there is most likely stuff we can buy. It's just, what sort of stuff? I'm gonna have a look. Oh yeah, how much WrestleBucks do I have?
That's for me. That's for you to ask and for me to say yes or no.
Okay, I just saw how much WrestleBucks I have, and I'm just gonna scoot on down. Do 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 do.
Looking through the buying list. Doodah, doodah.
Doodah. Looking through the buying list. Doodah.
Looking through the buying list, what I'm looking for is some sort of gloves or something like that that would improve my grapples, suplexes in general.
Well, thank you, by the way, Shabba87. Let's have a look. We've got... The best thing you can do on that regard, you can always go on a search for a WrestleSmith. like a dwarven wrestlesmith who might be able to smith something up for you.
me?
Ooh, that sounds nice.
I'd like to do that then.
So that would be your
Well,
plan.
Liam will be snooping around for some electronic stores if he can find some things helping him with his endeavors.
Sweet, that'll be your plan. Fantastic. What are the plans for everyone else?
Oh, I'm wondering whether there's smoke bombs available.
Well, you can. It's kind of like what Erg's looking for, where
Oh,
to
yeah.
really find something like that, you can find a wrestlesmith. They might be able to put
Okay.
something together for you.
Okay. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Oh, I might want to go for some flash paper as well.
Maybe.
That would be good. Yeah, probably gonna go shopping and shit.
Lovely.
But
There we go. Three
not
hearty
in
shoppers.
his yeah, not in his mask though, not in his like so kind of wrestler's garb, like
So you're changing into your everyday look.
yeah.
So that's probably
Uh,
why you've ran into the rooms. You can just run into the room, quick clothes change, and then just
Yeah, because as he kind of comes out, like you see like the sort of blonde haired gnome with like a bit of a beard, minus the mask, but in like a kind of Hawaiian shirt with a like with like a suit tie and like sort of like beach shorts and like sandals. Like you don't like why he has a work tie with a Hawaiian shirt. You don't know, but yeah, he'll come out he'll come out and his demeanor's a lot more meek and shy compared to what you saw. He goes, okay, well, I'm just gonna go out and uh, get a few things. Does anyone want anything while I'm gone?
I could actually tag along with you.
Oh, I mean, sure. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, you're welcome to keep me company in that. Yeah. Well, what about everyone else?
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. And what about Erg? Was it? Is he? Carry on.
Towards the wrestlesmith, you're welcome to tag along. Just don't annoy me.
Oh no! I would never do that. I would never do that, Mr. Erg, sir. I promise you that I will be on my best behavior, and if I do annoy you in any way, just say, and I'll stop being annoying.
I think I can get on with you.
Well, thank you. I guess. He's just sort of like really blushing and kind of really all shy. He's
I'll just
adorable.
walk over. I'll walk over to him and pat him on the head.
Yeah, he sort of like winces like as if like, it's gonna squish me. Okay, it's a pat. It's a pat.
I love how it's a complete personality shift.
Oh yes.
Great.
Well, if they want to come my way, like to the wrestlesmith with me, I'll happily put them on my shoulder.
Aww. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll go to Wrestle Smith with you. and all that jazz.
I just scoop you up, put you on my shoulder, and just walk off at a mission pace.
Oh my goodness! I'm so high up. You are so tall. I mean, I'm a short guy, and you're a really tall guy. But oh my goodness! It's so high up here.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, that's lovely. Really nice.
Yeah.
I just want to be friend to everyone.
Oh.
Except Thaddeus. Thaddeus could go fuck off.
When the doctor is in, everyone's in.
Oh, by the way, you may call me Wilbur. Yeah, you can call me Wilbur if you really want to, or Will. Will's just as fine.
That's all right. We'll see how things pan out. But as far as things go, you can call me Liam.
I'm
I kind of already knew you guys' names already. But it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Yeah, and we are kind of different. We are pretty nice bunch. What comes outside the ring, and we get along usually.
I mean, you guys seem like a cool group of wrestlers, and I'm sorry. It's just since I've seen you guys on TV, I just been a bit of a fan, and you guys just sort of inspire me, and I just want to be the best that I can be, like you guys, you know.
Yes, yeah, I understand that perfectly. Since well, our place in the world might not be the most glorious one, but we have our lovely fans, and yeah.
I'm imagining like all this happening while we're like walking and talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Totally. Like, you guys are on your way over to, like, find WrestleSmiths and get some shopping sorted. Artemis, now you said you were going to do your own thing. When you said you want to do your own thing, what are you thinking?
Oh, I dress in like the normal, like, you know, the like fortune tellers that you see in Miami, like
Like over the top, like covering like lower half of the face, only seeing the eyes, and mystical wear.
yeah, definitely. So you're gonna hear my family. But yeah, so that, and I'm gonna go scam a bunch of people for money because I assume I don't have any money to buy. And
You probably don't have a lot. Nah, I think I've only got like a handful of WrestleBucks starting out, but it's alright. That's a good plan. And tell you what, that's what we'll start with. So you want to scam some people on the streets of Miami. Let's get this done. So, for what you want to do, how would you set up the scam?
sorry, I had to move because family.
No
I don't
worries.
know. Like,
Is it like one of those like makeshift lemonade stands you see from cartoons, but it's more like a makeshift "I will read your fortune" stands?
I think I feel like she would have a tent at least, like even if it's like tiny, like an actual like camping tent type thing, but like she'd be inside of that, like just on the beach somewhere. That's just a random tent, and she's just sitting there with a sign outside that says like readings for like $5, and then she gets them in there and she can like scam them out of more money. I don't know. I don't know how that even works to begin with.
I like that. Well, it just so happens because you are an experienced fortune teller when it comes to your gimmick. You just so happen to always be carrying around in your pocket a little square, where if you were to put that square down and you pull the convenient cord connected to it, unpacks into a convenient pop-up tent. Which just so happens to come complete with indoor little light show and little table with a perfect enough space for you to do your tarot card readings.
Man, I'm just prepared to scam people. That
It's
had
like
to be
your-
my job before I became a vessel.
This is like your secret alternate life that you're hinting at, but you're not necessarily telling people.
It's my side gig. This
That's
is what I
it.
do to get money on the.
This is how you get your money on the side. Okie dokie. Oh. Hold with me. Oh, that's better. Sorry about that. Okay, so with your little pop-up tent, and the scam thus begins. It just so happens that the tent itself also comes with a sign just going like, "Get your tarot read and your future decided." And as this happens, I want you, because how long are you going to try and do this for? Like, are you spending all morning, afternoon, leading into evening doing this, or only a few hours?
I want to spend like 3/4 of my time doing this, and then the last 1/4 would be going to actually buy stuff.
Okay, bearing that in mind, you're taking quite a bit of time out of your day to do the scamming. I want you to roll me 2d12.
I got a 14.
Ooh. Now, with a 14, effectively throughout that whole day of you doing your bits, it's not been too bad, a little bit slow in places, but you have encountered 14 people.
Not
Now,
bad.
whether you were successful with those 14 people throughout your days, reading their tarot, telling their futures, some being completely legit to, others maybe not, try and coax more money out of them, I want you now to roll me an appeal check to see how darn good you were at cheating these guys out of their money.
Real quick, my appeal is 4, right?
Yes. That'll be a d6 plus 4.
I got a 9.
Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. With a 9, you have coaxed these people pretty good. There's maybe like been an odd one out of the 14 people that you encountered where they've had their tarot read and they're just thinking to themselves, that can't be legit. No, that doesn't seem right. Like, how can my life suddenly get terrible? Because this might be that one guy that gets the tower card, meaning that their life's going to collapse in front of them at some point. And they just don't believe it. They just don't think it's going to happen. But you already coaxed him out of his money, so, well, hey, who cares? So technically, you've won. With that in mind, do me a favour again. Roll me 1d12.
11.
Oh, Artemis. The artful dodge of yourself.
What?
You have coaxed these guys so well. How much? What was your roll again? Sorry.
11.
That's it. Sorry, a short-term memory loss on my part. With that 11, you have successfully coaxed these people out of 1,100 wrestle bucks.
What? Jesus!
Some people you may have purposely overcharged because you saw them coming into your tent and thinking, I can take advantage of this.
Jesus!
Like, they may have been, like, high-paying guys where you do one simple reading, like a 3-card reading, and they're like, no, I need to go more in-depth, let's do a 7-card one. When you do their 7-card one, you say, well, I can do a 13-card reading, but it's quite a bit extra, and so you've coaxed them into doing an even bigger reading that takes longer and more describing, so you have to ask more money for it. And so you get
that's like
lot of money.
$100 a person.
Basically. Well done. You coaxed the living daylights out of them.
I think I used all of my good rolls just getting money today.
Sweet. We'll come back to
The
you
next
for your
fight.
shopping trip in a little bit. After that amazing result. Make sure you write down your monies. I will quickly answer a question from Kenny on the chat. Hello, Kenny. Is the rule set the name of the stream, or are you using some other pre-made system? This is a system completely created by yours truly. So no pre-made systems. This is an own-made system because this is all mine. All out of my crazy mind. Especially Namcha Productions, it was not like he was going to easily draw another... Blah, 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 blah. I get you. Hope that answers your question. Any other questions from anyone else, by the way, shove them my way, I'll answer them when I can. Either in text form or actual speaking to you, so I hope that's alright. Right, with that in mind, whilst Artemis is doing their cheating people out of their hard-working money, you guys are on a shopping trip. And as you guys are on your shopping trip, let's see how well you are at finding where you want to do. First off, because 2 of you are after WrestleSmith, why don't Erg and... What was your name when you're not Thaddeus?
Wilbur.
That's it, Wilbur. Erg and Wilbur, please roll me some smarts checks to see whether you are smart enough to notice some really good WrestleSmiths in town.
So D6 plus smarts.
There we are.
My
Oh,
big fat
that's-
1, I got a 5.
I got the opposite. I got a 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12.
Nice.
So yeah, boy.
Nice.
So, Erg, you struggle. You're just seeing a lot of shops, a lot of bright lights, a lot of interesting things. You're like, this one, no. This one, no. This one, no. This one, no. It's kind of like you're
Past
interested...
several stalls, and
Yeah,
I
like-
just end up covered in jewellery and things.
like you
With
look
a
at...
Hawaiian shirt.
Like, you look at everything and everyone, and then it's kind of like one of those things where it looks good from afar, but then you get so close and you think, that was a letdown, moving on.
Yeah, and like you got all this tat.
That's it,
From-
that's it. Very much a lot of tat. With that in mind...
Or die.
There you go. But Wilbur, your keen eyes are staying alert, while you see Erg getting distracted, but not being interested. You notice a legit area of interest, specifically known. You just go. You see, notice this building. It's quite a large building in its size and scape, taking up a few of the regular blocks used for these big name shops for a really big place of work, with a massive sign out the front that basically just reads Ironbeard WrestleSmiths.
Nice. I think I recognize this particular brand of like WrestleSmiths. I heard these guys are really good with this stuff. The Ironbeard WrestleSmiths. We should totally check that out. I mean, only if you want to.
Me?
Liam just walks with, like, yeah, sure.
Great. Yeah, that way, Erg. The complete opposite to where you're going. Oh, okay. Just imagine him going for the tats. Like, oh, right. There's tat there. Okay.
And as Wilbur starts to be like a little bit socially anxious. Liam is just like, "Hey, Erg, get in here." This is the place.
Okay.
Alright. So you guys enter Ironbeard's Wrestlesmiths. As you head on inside, there's a lot. It's quite a. It doesn't seem like the most interestingly well done up place. It's quite dark, poorly lit in places, but you notice the most light coming out of this giant place is at the back behind the counter. You notice that behind the counter it's a completely open back where you just see old school and new school forges combined with a ton of people working on bits, ranging from gnomes, dwarves, humans, even some elves, just working on gear in the back, whether they're sewing bits, ironing bits, soldering bits, all that jazz. And you notice at the front desk there is a bell, or a little ding-dong bell, with a little sign that says "Ring me for assistance."
Aw. Is it tall enough for like anyone to reach, or is it like I think I may need a little help ringing the bell.
You notice that it is dwarf size, so it's just about, it's high enough for you, but for everyone else it's a little bit taller. Well,
Okay.
they're like for Liam, it's like down to Liam's like waist area, and then to Erg, it's like he's just towering over it.
It's like shin height.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. I guess we gotta ring the bell. Yeah. Yeah. There's the bell.
Okay, you ding. And as you
Yeah.
ding, it's like as if out of nowhere, suddenly a gnome just pops up from under the desk, just having a big pair of goggles over his face with very like short, very pointy beard aiming downwards, gazing at you, just going, "Ooh, customers!" Taking his goggles off, hanging them onto his head, and brushing off some like dirt over his face as he just looks at you and just goes, "Oh, welcome to Ironbeard's Wrestlesmiths. How can I help?"
I mean, you guys can like go first. I don't mind waiting.
This is probably not the kind of place I'm looking for, so I'm just hanging with until we get to another shop. So go ahead.
Erg, you wanted something specific?
Something to help with my suplexes, gloves, something like that.
Save it again, Erg, sorry.
Thing to help with my suplexes, gloves, something like that.
Oh, an Agricon! It's been a while since I've seen one of you in here. Oh, bear with me. I'll grab the boss himself. Boss! We have customers! And one of them's an Agricon! And then it's like as if, as soon as he says those magic words of Agricon, all of a sudden you just hear like a big sound of a as if someone's just whacked something down hard enough for someone to demand to get you got someone's attention. As you see a dwarf coming over, quite a large dwarf in belly, with quite a long ginger beard going down from his chin down to about where his belly button section would be. The beard also combining with a really strong mustache stretching out in all this ginger glory. Specifically having a many stage monocle over his right eye as he walks on in, notices you three, just goes, "Aye, what is it, lad? Oh, it is an agricon. Oh, laddie, you must be after something real big if you want to come into my store, lad. You picked the best place in town." Now, what was he after? He just bends down a little bit to speak to his gnome handler. That basically natters in his ear about what you're after. He just goes, yes, okay, all right. I got just the thing for a big boy like you. He just quickly goes round the back. You hear some like scuffling and some throw aroundy bits as he's just messing bits round, and he comes back out with a pair of gloves. And he comes out with a pair of gloves on a cushion. And he just goes, "Now these I specifically made for the giant hands of an agricon. These gloves are capable of giving you extra grip in those hard-to-grip situations. I'm talking about them suplex situations, if you know what I mean."
Okay.
She got a no response.
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting.
I like the look of those.
Well, it's a very good job that you do. I tell you what, why don't you try them on? He lifts them up enough so that you get a chance to grab him and try him on your hands.
They pick up a trash can to test them out.
Brilliant. Like, you just grab the gloves. Luckily, there is a trash can in the store. It's like as if you go to grab it, you can just feel the grip of it in between your fingers as the gloves sit very nicely over your hands, not too tight, yet not too loose, just right, helping you with those hard-to-grip situations.
These will do. I put the trash can back down. I walk back over to him and say, "I have a proposal for you."
Oh, a proposal then. Oh, I'm ready to hear it out.
I don't know if you've heard of me. My name is Herb. I am a professional. You may have recently seen my match in, Sharkon City, as it were.
Now
I want help.
I'm gonna roll a die and see if he does know who you are. And that he does. He does know exactly who you are. As it's kind of like he flips down some extra portions of his monocle just to really zoom in on that gorgeous face of yours. As Deduction goes, "Ah, yes, lad. Oh, you're that big boy over at the Sharkon place, weren't you? Beat the clap out of the boys."
That's right.
Oh, fantastic. Well, with that in mind, what's your proposition, laddie?
How about you put your logo on these gloves, maybe on some attire for me? I will promote you. In return, I will wear solely your product, but for free.
Ooh. Ironbeard ponders this situation, and as he does, I want you to roll me an appeal check.
Alright. That's a 9.
Nice. You roll that 9. As you do, Ironbeard stroking his long ginger beard, maybe twiddling with his mustache a little bit as he ponders it. He just goes, "I've always liked the idea of sponsoring another wrestler. I've got a few that I support out there, but an agricon, now that's something I don't get. That's someone I don't get to support every day. Well, I tell you what, lad. you want to be sponsored by me, I'll let that happen. That's not a problem. But I can't necessarily have at least give you these gloves for free.
Sweetens the deal at all. I'll pay for the gloves, and if you like my service, then we can go from there.
A good point. Tell you what, I'll keep a close eye on you. When I next see you in one of your wrestling matches, I'll get a hold of you. And if I like your stuff, let's just say that the deal's done. How about that?
Mad work. And I'll just offer him a single massive finger to shake.
Brilliant. He shakes your massive finger, and as he shakes a finger, he then looks at it and just goes, "Now the situation on the gloves. Best thing I can offer you for the gloves, Daddy. I like you. I like you so much. For those gloves, I can part ways with them for 150 WrestleBucks.
100, and I'll give you some t-shirts to sell in your shop. Make it a cross collaboration.
Done!" He goes to shake your finger again as like we do the exchange. You keep the gloves, and he is the proud owner of 100 WrestleBucks and a couple of t-shirts. Now, if you want to write this down, your gloves, they are Ironbeard grapple gloves. And specifically what Ironbeard's grapple gloves do, at the beginning of an encounter, be that in a match, outside of a match, etc., as long as you have those gloves on, and whilst you have those gloves on, at the beginning of an encounter, you roll 1d4, and for your first 1d4 grapples, you get a +1 to all attack rolls and damage calculations. As long as what you are doing is grappling.
So would it be the first save, the first 4, or the first 4 graph?
Yeah, so that'll be like you roll 1d4 at the start of the encounter, and then dependent on what you roll, that determines how many grapples you have that bonus for.
Right. Awesome. And I want to take a quick stroll after this. Obviously, other people have got to do their bits, but as soon as I've done this, I want to take a very quick mission stroll to the nearest wrestling supplement shop and pick up a couple of more pills so I can introduce Thaddeus / Bulba and Artemis to Ergington III again.
Lovely stuff. Great idea. Now, while Ironbeard is here, he'll just look around, just going, "Now, I understand you, laddie, Foxboy. You weren't too interested in anything here, right?"
Not really, unless you have electronics to offer.
Sadly, I don't. I do know a good place, however. Just a couple of shops down. You can't miss it. It's got a giant neon sign outside of it.
Yes, I will keep that in mind.
How about you, little gnome man?
Well, I mean, I'm not really one to ask for much. Besides, if I have a look at the rest of this menu, what are the chances that you'll be able to make say flash paper, and maybe a couple of smoke bombs?
More of an item gatherer rather than an attire wearer, I see. Just ponder himself for a moment and just go, "I think I have just the thing. Brian, pass me the stuff!" He does a shout over, and you see a human just bring over like a tray of bits. As Ironbeard takes one out at a time to show you. It's like, now my first invention. I call this the Ironbeard Smoke Bomb Deluxe. Hit the top, give it a roll. A couple of seconds later, starts emitting a large amount of smoke. It about covers a 10-foot circle and causes everyone inside of it to not see very well.
I mean, that that'll be pretty great. It's more for like a flashy entrance, but that's just as good as well. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Fantastic. I also have this if you're interested. It's kind of similar. It's kind of similar design, circular, and all that jazz. However, you push the button, you roll it, and instead of it emitting a smoke bomb, it causes a large flash of light to scour into the eyes of everyone nearby. Well, within reason. It's actually got quite a bigger range with the smoke bomb. It's got quite it affects people within 30 feet. But you do need to be careful, because if you're looking at it as well, it can hurt.
Oh, I'm sure to be careful.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I don't have it. No, that's not fitting. No, that's not fitting. It's kind of like chucking bits back from where the other guys are, hitting the desks. The other guys were working on the desk, like, ooh, ow, just stop.
I try to dodge things.
Like dodging over work from their boss.
Oh.
And as he's finished like throwing bits, he's like, aha! Now this is one thing that might help you. It's the last one I actually have in stock at the moment until I make a new one. I have this. And he just brings out what seems to be just a little like circular device with a couple of knobs on it and a little bit of a cable coming off of it to a smaller attachment. And as he brings this up, he goes, now this is one of my greatest creations. I call this the Lifesaver, or specifically the Mini Lifesaver. Effectively what it does, connect it over your heart area, like so. Now he puts it on as demonstration. And then, let's say, for example, you're in a battle where, I don't know, you got severely battered. If you just pushed the knob in like so, and he doesn't actually push in the knob, he just kind of like hints as to which one it is. Effectively, this will inject a serum straight into your bloodstream that will make you feel at least a little bit better.
Wow, I mean, that really looks impressive. I'm wow, that just looks so amazing. I'm kind of wondering now how much all this is gonna cost. It's gonna be quite expensive, I can imagine.
Well, let me break it down for you. He gets all the bits out and he's just like, one small smoke bomb like this will take you back about 50 wrestle bucks for each one. A flash bomb, about the same, take you about 50. But then the Mini Lifesaver, it's my last one of the moment. At the moment on this bad boy, I would have to ask for 125.
So I can either only get the smoke bomb or the flash paper or flash bomb thing.
Yes, flash bomb. If you want flash paper, that's over the road near the junk dealer over there. As he just looks on over, he just sees like they're trying to sell off to someone else. He just goes, "It's a rip-off, you know."
Well, oh man, guys, which one do you think would be better, the smoke bomb or the flash bomb? I'm not really sure which one to choose.
I believe a smoke bomb would be better because we would like to have the audience. If it's for your entrance, we would like to your audience to see the match and not risking the possibility of being blinded.
Oh, that's actually a really good point. I mean, I mean, I can only afford one smoke bomb since I have exactly 50 wrestle bucks on me, but I probably should have prepared a little better. But
Just upon hearing this, Erg just turns around, kneels down, and puts 100 wrestle bucks straight into Wilbur's hand.
oh no! I can't possibly take this. I mean, no. This is your money, Mr. Erg, sir. No. You can keep your money. I'll be able to. I'll be able to pay my way. I'll be able to earn.
As you're yammering on, I just put a big finger to your face, like trying to cover your lips. Get one finger and push your hand closed over the money. And I just say, invest. I do. And then I'll walk off again.
Okay. So he has like 150 in his hands?
So you don't have to make as hard a decision. You can get more than one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Liam actually takes out the 50 from his wallet and also put it in Thaddeus' hand. And as he is doing so, he says that, no, I won't take that back.
I mean, I can't possibly take this. I mean,
You will have to fight me if you want to give it back.
You're with the ring warriors now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then. Maybe we can have a match someday. Maybe we can have a matchup. So whoever wins, gives the money to the other person. I think that's how it would work.
Insists so much, I will have a match. If you win, you choose what happens with the money. If I win, you keep the money.
Yeah, same.
You know what? That sounds like a fair deal. That sounds like a fair deal. I mean, do I give the money back to you for now until, like?
No.
He's just so flustered right now.
You keep the money, and if we are going to have a match eventually, we'll worry about it then.
Well, I mean, thank you, Mr. Erg, sir, and thank you, Mr. O'Reilly. I'll never forget your charity. You can see like the little tears still picking from his face, like it's as if he's about to start crying, like the
Like
kindness.
flustered, not quite concentrating, I quickly snatch 50 out of his hand, dump it on the counter, and grab a smoke grenade and put it back into his hand.
He's like, it's just a
blubbering
like,
mess.
mess, yeah.
That's one. Keep going, and I'm going to walk out at this point and leave him to his own devices.
See. Well, that's one lad. Is there anything else?
I'll take another smoke bomb. And maybe a flash bomb. Yeah, okay, so essentially 2 smoke bombs and a flash bomb in total.
And a flash bomb. Okay. 2 smoke bombs and a flash adds you up to 150. And
like, oh no, it's like
before you can spend that last 50, I'll poke my head back in the door. If you really feel bad, buy me dinner. And then walk off properly.
So it's like, hold on, what? Yeah, so
spent 150 and you've got 50 left.
100. Okay, cool. Then that will be all I'll buy. That'll be all I'll buy. Yeah, that'll be all I'll buy. Yeah, he's just like, you people are so kind.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorts out the smoke bombs and flash bomb for you. And you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Happy
Oh yeah, Wilbur's going to definitely buy dinner. Like
There will be
Gonna
dinner
buy-
bought.
it will be dinner brought. But he will definitely ask Erg and Liam like, yeah, so what do you want for dinner? Yeah. He'll ask and then get what it is or something.
Oak doesn't have expensive tastes. He wants some cheap, unpolished gems.
Liam could go for some cheeseburgers.
Okay. I mean, I assumed you wanted something a little more flashy, like I don't know, lobster or something. Okay, burgers it is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you with like being rude about your food tastes.
as as Wilbur is being like that, as we walk out from the store, Liam just quickly grabs him into a hug. It's all right.
You just notice he's just standing, sort of sitting against the wall of the building, waiting for you.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Whilst you guys are having a heart-to-heart moment, happy with your
Yeah.
purchases and heading towards your next destination, which will be Foxy's electronics store purchasing.
Yeah.
In the meantime, rolling back over to Artemis,
Go for it.
with your successes at money laundering,
Mm,
it's kind of like you're inside your tent counting the bucks we've made, and you're kind of in the middle of like winding down. And as you're winding down, you notice that there is what seems to be like someone with a thick black cloak over them who just seems to dash into the tent, look behind them, dash in a little bit further to where the seat is, and sits in front of you on the little on the opposite side of the table you're at.
Can I see their face at all?
They've completely covering themselves up. It's like as if they have just grabbed something dark to chuck over them, as if to just cover up their face.
So they're basically a shadow, so I will address them as such.
As far as your way, yes.
Sorry. I will say then, would you like a reading, shadow person, ghost?
They look over to you and we just seem to be a bit shy, not necessarily like raising themselves up to your level. You can notice that with their wrappings, they're kind of looking down a little bit as you hear a girl's voice coming out saying, "Do you not recognize me, Yardi?"
I would better recognize you if you were not dressed in such a shadow.
Like, but I can't show myself. If I do, they might see me.
You're inside my tent. If you truly know me, you know that my tent is secret from prying out.
Okay, I should trust you. And it's kind of like the person just loosens up a little bit as you see like some of the cloth not being as tight over their face. As we go over, take the cloth off, and revealing a fellow drow. This drow in particular being one that you know quite well. This is Agatha The girl that left you that message.
I received your message, Agatha. What was all that about anyway?
I can't say a lot about it, but there's just something wrong. I think it's linked to that reading you gave me all those years ago, but I don't know.
My my readings are rarely ever wrong. Would you like a different one? Like, I can try again now that some time has.
Though. I'm. Oh, this is hard. Artie, whatever you do, don't go see Mad World, please.
And why not?
But I have plans for you and your friends. I can't say a lot because they might be listening in, but you just got to be careful. It's not safe there.
Can you tell me who has plans? Who's made plans against us?
Oh, it's. Like she just suddenly seems to wince in pain and hold onto her head, as if trying to say the name of this person is giving her pain.
So is she cursed then? Like, questioning, as, like, is she cursed?
Roll me a wits check.
I rolled a 5, but I don't know what my wits is, so 5 plus whatever that
Mm. But when my thing wants to work, bear with me. I had your character sheet bit here. Bear with me. What's my notes? There we are. You have a wits of 2.
is. So that roll was a total of 7.
Okay. So with that 7, you can definitely tell that something's not right. Like, you can definitely tell that something is plaguing her to the point of, obviously, okay, so she can't say this person's name because it causes pain, but you can't quite put 2 and 2 together. You don't know whether it's a curse, or you don't know whether it's, like, because, like, whether she's been beaten so hard that even trying to say this person's name causes her pain. There's something not quite right, but you're not too sure what it is that's causing it all.
Is there any way to use my appeal to get her to, like, stay or, like, to follow me somewhere?
Certainly try. You can give me an appeal check for that. Appeal is 4, just in case.
That's a total of 9.
Ooh. Not bad. So you speak to her as if to say, like, why don't you stay with me for a bit, or stick with me for a little bit, etc. Agatha seems to look towards you with just a look of, like, dear thanks in her eyes. It's like as if she's been waiting for a long time for someone to offer that to her. As she looks to you and just goes, but where can we go? They're always watching me.
Do I have an ability to make like darkness around me, like pitch?
At the moment, you do not have access to smoke bombs.
I thought that might just be normal D&D. Okay.
This ain't your normal D&D, yo.
I know. I have to remember.
Because you haven't gone on your buying escapades yet.
Could I? Watching. Could I just take her back to like the hotel or wherever we're staying?
You certainly can. That's no problem.
And then that's what I'm gonna do. And then I have my mobile. I want to text both Foxy and Erg that I need them to come back to the hotel like immediately. Like it's like an emergency.
Okay. Then you have a plan in motion. You like gesture around of Agatha as if to like get her to help you fold up the tent, covering her back up so that she is like covered still as you guys are heading back to the hotel in mid-transit, texting away, sending a message to Liam and Erg as suddenly your phones go.
Liam just pulls out his phone and just looks at it, looks at the text like that. Okay, we need to hurry back.
Save the number because he's useless like that, so he's just wondering who this random text is from. Sort of reads out the number to Liam just to check to see if Liam knows who it is.
Yeah, it's Artemis.
Oh,
So yeah, let's go.
yeah. Erg is just like, I'll catch up with you guys. I mean, Erg's pretty fast. He can walk faster than anyone else here. So he's going to quickly take a trip to a nearby shop to pick up a couple of smart pills.
Luckily for you guys, on your way back, there is a pharmaceutical shop, not that far off. And Erg, if you do wish to purchase some of those supplements, how many would you like?
Two. I'll walk in. I'll walk in and I'll be like, I'm in a hurry. Need some supplements for smarts.
Okay.
Two, please.
As you go to buy, roll me a smarts check.
That's what I need the pills for. I rolled a 4.
Okay, plus your smarts 5.
No, that was with. That was with the smarts included. Sorry.
Oh, with your smarts. Okay, fantastic.
3 plus 1.
Okie doke. With that 4, you're right into the shop. You're obviously in a hurry. The chemist behind the desk is a little bit taken back by a large aquacon running in, spouting what you want so fast that you didn't clock onto the first time. But recognise that you definitely said the right supplements, and he can get them for you. But then didn't necessarily hear how many you wanted, and brings out 4 instead of 2.
I ain't gonna argue. Just get it through the till. Let me buy. Kind of hurrying.
About it, he does his things with the till. He just goes, "That's 200 wrestlebucks, please."
That's the exact amount I have left.
Hey, perfect. You just, like, you're in a hurry, slam that money down, grab the supplements and like yeet.
Or just as I'm running out the door, big thumbs up and a toothy grin.
Lovely stuff. It's like as if the
And I'll
chemist
just shout. I'll just quickly shout back because I don't know if he's going to know me or not, and then just go tell your customers the Erg shop's here.
The chemist is just like, certainly, I guess. As you're running out of the store, and he's like, what a strange gentleman. Meanwhile, converging back of a hotel room, Kickflip's actually been chilling out in the penthouse suite this whole time, working on like his manuals, if anything, with a skateboard. First sees Artemis running in with Agatha as Kickflip just stops what he's doing. He's like, whoa, 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 what's happening here?
We were sent a message that we needed to be here urgently.
Alright. And who's this person all dressed up in the dark?
Wait, hold up. Can I? Who? Okay, I was not here the last session, so I don't know who this person is.
Oh,
Can I trust them?
You have never known who Kickflip is.
Oh yes, this is true.
Kickflip is a childish but kind of cool skateboarding. He's a Lachlan, I believe.
Yes,
Yep.
he's a Lachlan.
Yeah. And
Can I trust him?
He's good fun. Yeah. He's trustworthy and he's honest and we met him in Japan.
Okay. Then I'm just going to say that, at least to him, I'm going to say this is my friend. She's in a bit of trouble. And I got a...
Just pipes up what sort of trouble.
The same kind of trouble that we're all going to be in if we go to that carnival tonight.
But there's clowns.
And the clowns will kill you, Erg. Like, do you not get that?
I just stare down at Artemis like with a look of kill me? Have you met me?
I mean, you're right. But they could blow you up. They probably have C4 there to blow you.
Many have tried, none succeed. Besides, if there is danger at this circus, all the more reason for us to go. Better some trained, awesome wrestlers go than innocent civilians get hurt. Our fans can't die. And it's our job to defend them.
It's kind of like Kickflip looks over, just like, often those fans that kind of get old and die of old age, dude.
At least they had a life.
I like that. So I'm just thinking, does this friend of yours have a name or what? As you just notice Agatha just being insanely shy, staying in her own place with the like dark cloths just thrown over her, keeping them as tight as possible.
I'm gonna name her Hecate for now, because I don't want to give her a real name, because I don't know who we can and can't trust.
Ah, okie dokie. Smart idea.
With that, Erg will kneel right down, so he's sort of face to face or face to cloth, and just give a big smile like, "Hi, Hecate. I'm Erg. I'll protect you. You're a friend of Artemis. You're a friend of mine."
Like Hecate just kind of sticks Like, sticks a little hand out, waves a little bit, and then quickly puts a hand away.
Does Erg happen to notice that she's a drow or not?
No, she's completely covered at this point. So you
Oh,
notice
well,
the
when she
hands.
sticks her hand out, sort of thing.
Yeah, you notice. Well, roll me a smarts check.
God damn it! hang on. Because of my background, like I might. Would this come into play that I roll with what's the name? Favor, because of my innate knowledge of wrestlers in the past and things like that, or would that not come into play
It
now?
won't come into play here, I'm afraid.
Well, it was a 6 I rolled anyway with a +1, so 7.
Okay, that's pretty sick. With that, you kind of have a moment to think like wave, okay, and then it takes a moment, and then just like, wait a minute, hand, similar to Hand of Artemis, similar shades, you know.
And I just sort of I'm looking at Hecate. I'm looking at that, looking at her, and I look at Artemis. I look at Hecate, look back at Artemis, look at Hecate, look at Artemis. My eyes widen, but I keep quiet because it's clear that Artemis doesn't want to say anything about things. But I'll tap Artemis on the shoulder and just sort of whisper, but in her style, basically shout in her ear, "I'll meet you outside. Need to chat." Obviously, so unsubtle that everyone else hears it.
I'm just gonna face palm and follow Erg, I guess.
So just we're out of earshot of everyone else. Close the door, sort of thing. So it's like no one else can hear us, and I'll be like,
Is it like just outside the room, or is it like in one of the bedrooms away from everyone?
I'll walk in one of the bedrooms because they've got thick doors.
Cool.
Well, they've got to have thick doors. They've got to cover up the sound of an Erg snoring.
Very good point. Very good point. You just both go into one of the bedrooms, closing it behind you. And
I'm rolling a wits check quickly just to see. Well, I rolled a pretty high roll there, so I'm going to make sure the window's closed.
Okay, smart.
And then I just turn around, I look at Artemis and go, I'm going to guess that she's family, friend from your home, and I'm guessing that Hecate isn't her name. I don't want to know any more, just I know she is of your kind.
Sorry, I'm like I said, I'm out. Can you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
Just like sort of quietly saying to Artemis, even though sealed room, just I saw the hand. I know she is of your. I'm assuming, is she family or a friend from your hometown? And I'm going to guess that her name isn't really Hecate.
You're right. She is like a sister to me. When she is in danger, it is my job to do all that I can to protect.
You don't need to say anymore. I shall protect her with my life too. And with that, I'll just stroll back out. I just wanted to know if you could trust this person.
You can trust this person. If you can trust Artemis, you can trust this person.
I'll keep that in mind. Where, like as he gets back, deliberately stands so he can cover as much of the balcony window as he can, so no one else can see in.
brilliant.
But he does it somewhat subtly, so it doesn't look like he's just standing in the way of the window. It looks like he's just
Cool beans.
I'm gonna roll a smarts check. Roll.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know what my smarts are, but I rolled a 5, and what I
I'll just
just
check
wanted
for you.
to
The smarts is a 4, so that's not bad.
thank you. Okay, that's a 9. I want to sort of come up with a plan, like to kind of catch the people that's like has this control over Agatha, and like to figure out what's going on so I can free her from that. Because like, yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. To do that, you must ask her a few more questions. Now that she's in a safer place, she might be more willing to disclose information that she can talk about.
Well, I'm glad I rolled my smart check now because I probably need to have that to know what to ask. So, I want to ask, I guess, what happened at first, like what led her to be here in Miami.
Okay. Effectively, she goes like in the middle of everyone so that everyone can be aware of a little tale. As she just comes out saying, I don't remember when exactly it happened, but I was just by myself at home with mom and dad like normal, and then one day I just wake up. I'm in the back of this. I guess I'm just in the back of this truck in a cage, and then the next thing I see, I'm in a cage, being dropped into a big arena with a lot of people looking at me, with fire underneath me, clowns throwing chainsaws either side of the cage, me being absolutely afraid of everything around me, and completely distraught. And I've been stuck in that situation ever since. I don't know what happened, but Madwell has basically held me prisoner for at least 5 years.
How did you know where I was? Because she had a letter. I don't know if she delivered it or if she had somebody deliver it, but I know she gave me a.
She she says to you, ever since I've gotten older, I've gotten used to their security schedules and when they put things together and take things apart for the circus. When when we were in the Bermuda Triangle, I saw that you were advertised to be in that wrestling show, and so I found a way to sneak past the Madwell guys and get my way into the stadium and get that letter to you. I had to run back as fast as I can, or else they would have called me if I left.
But if you had stayed, I could have helped. Why didn't you trust me to like protect you back then? And the
Like she picks up her voice a little bit and just goes, it's been a long time. I didn't know. Maybe you wouldn't even remember me anymore, but I had to try something.
were you the only one that was kidnapped from the village?
As far as I'm aware, yes. They only wanted me for some reason. I don't know why. They've never told me anything, and I've never overheard them say anything about me. They've just put me as a part of their act, and I don't know why. I still don't understand why.
Do you know anybody that's in charge that you can talk?
Well, I tried talking to a bunch of them. There was who were they? There was a big hulking giant guy, a elf that was always playing with knives, and then there was this other one. He kind of looked like an elf, but I wasn't too sure. But he had a muzzle on him.
Liam, do you remember? We fought these guys.
Yeah, I remember actually. Yeah, we did.
It's like as if, as far as we're aware at the moment, are we still referring to character as Hecate?
I mean, I don't know. Can I? Are they listening? The people.
I think we'll still go with Hecate at the moment, but you and Erg are kind of on the inside of things. Erg not actually knowing the name, but only you are, so we'll do it that way. So Hecate just looks up at Erg clocking onto Liam, and you guys having that thing, just going, "Fight them? What do you mean? Fight them?"
When we were back in the Bermuda Triangle, we actually came across some interesting characters who were a little bit shady, but one of them had a muzzle, and I believe he was an elf or something. And then there were two others with him.
Kind of like Hecate.
They must have known that you escaped.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bad moment. Hecate with the hands underneath her cloak is kind of like bringing up the inside of the cloak to her face as if to represent shock. Oh no. Just thinking, oh no, you guys, oh no, you guys got in danger because of me. I'm so sorry.
It's no problem. It's not the first time.
I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I mean, we're all. I mean, I'm guessing we're all more than happy to help out where we can. I'm guessing, right, guys?
Yeah, let's help out a friend. A friendly person, or like.
I mean, we are wrestlers, so we're gonna get into like a few tussles here and there. So really, it's not that much of a deal, right?
Yeah, it's really not that bad. It's I believe it's not going to be that bad, what I have already seen. So yeah, let's do it.
Kind of like at that point, Hecate just kind of feels more relaxed. Seems to sit down in one of the chairs nearby and just actually seems to be relaxed for the first time in a very long time. Even Kickflip comes over and is just like comes over just behind Hecate just to lean over the chair and reassure some more, just going, "Yeah, dude, if you've never seen these guys before, they're nuts. Like, I don't know about the little guy, but these three, woo! They're crazy. Like, you're probably in the best company known to mankind."
And as he's saying that, just pokes his head and just goes, "Does anyone want a cup of tea?"
I was going to say the same thing, but yeah, tea's not a bad idea.
Just trying to make everyone feel comfortable.
Lovely. There is a little tea and coffee, like set up in your penthouse if you want to get the supplies.
Gonna make a big pot and distribute cups around, put a bowl of sugar, a jug of milk in the middle of the room, and everyone can just help themselves.
Lovely.
And then when everyone's finished with the pot, just picks up a pot and drinks out of it.
Yeah, and Liam takes out a bottle of his own personal honey because he doesn't use that much sugar, but he rather uses honey with his tea.
Lovely. So we have your little sippy of drinkies, having a chug from the remainder of it. And it is gradually getting closer to the night time. When you're looking at the clock only is 6 p.m. That time of the year where the nights roll in round about 5 o'clock-ish. So right now outside it is pretty darn dark, with the city lights starting to come on.
It
I
takes to reach
have a
Madhouse.
plan.
How long it would take to reach Madhouse?
At that time, Hecate just looks up, just going, "You're not still thinking of going, are you?"
Hecate,
Right.
what I'm thinking, we're at a safe place. You know, I've scouted the area around this hotel. Like, I know this is relatively safe. There's at least no enemy for me anywhere around here. I want to take your robe that you're wrapped in and go in your place to Madhouse.
Just Hecate just seems a bit stunned and is just like, I mean, I'm so thankful already, not just for you, Artie, but for everyone. Everyone's just been so nice and quick to help me out, and I'm thankful. I just don't want anyone else to get hurt because of me.
As I said, friend of Artemis, friend of mine.
Yeah, same.
The only way for you to ever truly be saved is to allow us to do this. Because otherwise they will hunt you down again and they will capture you.
Hecate has a moment to herself, but realizes that you're telling the truth. Standing up from the chair, going up to you with a very confident look in her, even though she's just still very heavily covered up. And just going, "You're right. If I'm safe here, then you guys should go. If you're happy to, then I'll be able to relax and know that this may be the end of it. I can live again."
Thank you for allowing us to protect you in this way. And who's the kid that I don't know? Kid Ick or something?
Oh, kickflip.
Kickflip, him. I turn to him and I look at him, and if looks could kill, this is like something that could like kill Erg, like that type of look.
Oh yeah.
And I tell him, like, you had better find like an army, basically, to help you if anything should come to the hotel after my sister. And I told him, I'm like, if I come back and she is not here, you will take her place in Madhouse for me.
He looks at you being incredibly intimidating, and he'll just go, "Hey, yo, Hey, I got no problem with that. Trust me, I'll be here with her all the time. You guys go out and do what you guys gotta do. Your boy Kickflip has been learning some new tricks. If anyone dares to come in here, I'll be able to take him out, no problem.
Besides, who needs an army when you have an erg?
I mean, do you want to stay here?
No, Madhouse has clowns.
Exactly.
Right. So if everyone is happy, is it time to head to the circus?
Heck yeah, it is.
I
Yup.
believe it is.
I do dress up as Hecate though, because I'm gonna sneak in and pretend to be her.
Just gonna.
I figure at least for them, all drows look the same, so it doesn't matter if she doesn't look like.
And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna quickly grab a permanent marker and just get one of my T-shirts with my logo and that on it, and just write Iron Beards, sponsored by Iron Beards underneath it,
Nice.
so that I'm now already setting the brand out.
I'm debating whether to go as Wilbur or Thaddeus. Like
Tell you
right
what,
away.
to make it interesting, why don't you roll a d12, and if it's an even number, it's Wilbur.
Okay.
If it's an odd number, it's Thaddeus.
Okay. It's an odd number. So
It's
Thaddeus
dastardly
is coming.
time.
It's
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm just gonna go to my room quickly. I'll be right back. Yeah, he'll just go into the room.
well, this is actually a perfect time for me to roll d12 as well, because there is one thing you people don't know about, but I could do it. John exactly knows what I'm talking about. To see kind of what alignment Liam is going to go in as.
Oh yes, you have that special mask you were given.
Yes. So, which one is which?
Let's go even for face and odd for heel.
All right. And heel it is.
The thing is, though, you rolled the same number as I did.
Yeah, exactly the same number.
Oh, lovely. Heel Liam and Dr. Faddy joins the party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Liam has been heel all the time, so
Basically, you still are.
yeah. The evil Liam is
How
still
does
in the...
how does Thaddeus erupt back into the group?
Well, no. Well, as soon as dons his leotard with his top hat and his mask, the door just swings open, and I actually have the things that I wrote down, which is just hilarious. And goes, with a twirl of my moustache and a flick of my cape, a tip of my hat, there is no escape, for you are dealing with the meanest nasty, for I am Dr. Thaddeus the Dastardly. And yeah,
Look, it's
just
Window Boy.
Sorry?
Oh, look, it's Window Boy.
Yeah. Window Boy. And, yeah. Also, you notice how Liam's attitude towards Thaddeus changes back to the same, like, Oh, come on. We're going to a circus. You belong there because you're a clown.
No, you say I'm the clown, but tonight you shall see me as the ringmaster when we're done with these fools.
No, quickly just taps Kickflip on the shoulder. What happened to Wilbur?
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna see if Kickflip actually is smart enough to. Nope. Executive Kickflip just looks at it and just goes, I don't know, bruh.
Quickly march into the room that Wilbur went into and look around, and then come out looking shocked. He's gone!
Yeah, he's
What
gone.
the hell, man?
Where'd he go?
I just pick up Thaddeus by like the back, just put him in front of my face, like, what did you do with Wilbur? I like Wilbur.
No, I've done nothing to the twerp. He's safe and sound. Besides, you'll meet him again soon. He's just a little tied up at the moment.
Back into the room and look under the bed to see if I can find him tied up.
And you find nothing.
You find nothing.
As you're having a search around, and Dr. Thaddeus is just laughing his head off, like twirling the mustache.
Yeah.
You're noticing that the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Don't have time to find him, but he better be safe. We need to go. And with that, he marches right towards the front door, but remembers, before he goes, this is probably gonna involve stealth. So he finds a cape that's the same colour as the ground, and just decides, well, if we're going to a circus, we might have to be stealth rock again.
God damn it.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
Stealth rock.
So he sort of does sort of camouflage war paint on his face with some mud from outside as he gets outside.
Sounds good. Away, you guys are heading to the circus.
Yay! Finally.
It's not that far. It's obvious to find. There's a big mighty tent, the big top hat. That's very easy to find. Instead of it being like red and white stripes going up, it's instead black and white stripes going up. And you notice some of the white stripes have like a little seeping swirl of red in them. Not all of them, but like odd ones in between. And as you get closer and closer to the big tent, there is a guy outside. It just seems to be like a human with a mohawk and like some piercings. He specifically having like a big ring out of his nose and a couple into his bottom lip. As he sees you guys coming, it's just like, "Get your tickets, please."
Good sir, we certainly have the tickets you require right here. And he just snaps his fingers as if someone's just gonna summon the tickets and just as if like Thaddeus is treating this as though he's the boss. Like
Erg's getting ready to punt Thaddeus out somewhere.
Does anyone reveal the ticket, or
Yeah,
is Thaddeus just going to stand
100%.
there? Just
like
In typical fashion, Erg wasn't paying attention.
ahem, the tickets, if you please. All right, who was the one who was supposed to have had the tickets?
Who actually? Out of
Wasn't
character,
me.
Who actually was it? Who was
Tell you
supposed to
what,
have?
I'm going to roll this and I'll find out.
Oh no.
Apparently, Erg does have them, but you can't remember if you did or didn't pick them up.
Knowing he didn't.
Oh, for goodness sake! One of you had one job. One job. And you
Was it
can't
to
even
punt
do
you
that.
out a window? Because I'm happy to do that.
Well, there are no windows around here. You giant stone.
It was a figure of punt.
But there is
Like this.
the huge entrance into the goddamn tent. Ugh, if you please, could you take Thaddeus and show him that it doesn't need to be a window?
It's at this time like the goth kid is just looking at you guys, just going, "Ugh, just go in, God, just shut up."
We got it by annoying him too much.
And as we walk in, like about 5 seconds later, Erg just trots back out with all the tickets and drops them on his hands.
And you get like he sees you guys go in, he's coming out just to slap the tickets in his hand. He's like, he just gives a shrug of his shoulders and just nonchalant pockets them. But you guys go into the big tent, much bigger on the inside as is the outside, as per the norm. Your seat specifically, a few rows back from the front, but well perched up, as you have a really nice center view of the entire arena itself. Really nicely put together. And as you look on, the show is about to begin, as you see the lights suddenly go out in the big tent. And
Erg's not gonna take a seat to watch the show. He's skulking around the stands to find a hiding spot.
Have I gotten arrested yet either? Like, have they captured me?
Well, the thing, you haven't noticed anyone eyeing you up or anyone going for you as of yet.
But,
That's good.
Erg's looking for a vantage point where he can sort of watch the show but keep on alert for any suspicious behaviour.
Erg, wits check.
Okay. Remind me again what my wits is.
It is 4.
4. Okay. Well. I roll a 9.
That's good enough for me. You, with that successful roll, you have a look around the place, thinking, where's a good spot to hide? Good spot to hide. You see, there's an entryway just underneath the stands, a perfect place for you to hunker yourself and be all stealth rock.
I just sort of like pull the cape around me so I just look like a boulder because
Yeah, that's it.
that's Erg's attempt at blending in.
Boulder mode activated. Lovely
It's
stuff.
stealth rock.
Stealth rock mode activated. I apologise. So you're in positions. The lights are out. You hear the audience just going like "ooh" in anticipation of it all, as you have like smoke, like a thin layer of smoke covering like the ground of the circus. And as it does, a specific song comes on, which, by the way, is on the Ring Warriors Spotify playlist, which you can totally sign up to today and follow for all sorts of tracks that I believe are bloody awesome that you should listen to. That may or may not appear in Ring Warriors, so get on that level. Specifically, if anyone at home or even anyone in the chat wanted to have a gander as to what song does suddenly play on in the background, the song that does, it is... I'm just checking through the playlist to make sure I get all the names of it right. Wazik, and I keep forgetting half the time. That's just me. Where are you? Right here. Just gonna... That's it. Specifically, it is the song Obsessive Convulsive by Jinx. And as the song begins to play up, it's got some like very heavy guitar riffs in it, and as it does, like the lighting works alongside it all, doing sharp flashes of light in time with like the heavy guitar riffs. And as the song gets more and more into it, and the lyrics start up, by this time you see a figure about the size of a dwarf, rising up from the middle of this thin layer of smoke, to present himself to the people around him, wearing a large black top hat and seemingly wearing a black suit with a big red tie, as he has a microphone in his hands and says, "Welcome to the maddest place on earth, a place full of chaos and crazy, where we let the true psychopaths loose. Welcome to the mad world." And as he finishes saying that, he sticks his head up and seems to blow fire outside of his mouth that just spurts upwards as high as the top of the tent goes. You notice that all the people around you are going, "Ooh!" like in shock. As in, "Oh, how does he do that? Ooh." As you start noticing like all these dark-clad figures coming out. He's noticed some like contortionist acrobats coming out, like seemingly rolling like balls, but they're rolling their bodies in a really contortion-y way that makes you think, "Ooh, ooh, how do they do that? Ooh." You see like this big, giant, strong man with hair completely over his face, with huge ripping muscles that are just making people go, "Oh my god, he is an actual giant." You also see a elven figure on a unicycling around, juggling what seems to be knives, seemingly looking as if he's about to chuck one of them into some people of the audience, but not actually doing it, just keeping, like, basically looking around whilst juggling to let people know that, yeah, he can juggle whilst not even focusing on the juggling itself. And somehow not get cut by bits. I now want to make a dwarf bard that's a ringmaster of a circus now. You're welcome, Tash.
Yes.
And you also notice that then, while these guys are coming out, they're like forming a circle round, like showing this is what the show includes, as they're circling around the ringmaster in the middle. You also notice that there are like a pair of guys, just like in regular black shirts with Mad World on it, like merch shirts, as they're holding onto this leash of what seems to be like a very withered elf, but with a giant muzzle on him, only wearing a muzzle and like a pair of like tight leather tight shorts on his bottom half, walking around on all fours, but looking quite menacing, to the point where when he notices a young child on the front of the audience ring, you just seemingly see him like try to leap at that child, and the guys are only just able to hold him back, but he's not able to breach the barricades. And by seeing these three guys in particular, Liam, you keep eye on them.
Yes, and also I shall send you a link through Facebook
Oh, lovely. I'll check that in a minute.
to one awesome song.
Oh, I'll check that in a minute. As the guys circle, they seem to get closer and closer into the ringmaster. As ringmaster it just looks like he's chuckling whilst everyone's climbing in on him. And as they all get closer and closer into the inner part of the performance ring, the smoke just seems to gather around him and cause a thick layer around everyone. And as it does, seemingly after a few moments, the smoke dissipates and everyone's gone. With the audience just going, "Whoa!" and just starting like a round of applause already, as if to go, "Ooh, this is not your regular kind of circus."
vantage point, did he see anything differently, or is it all the same?
No, Erg, even from your position, all the same. And with this, you suddenly hear a voice on the tannoy. It seems to be the voice of the dwarven ringmaster that was in the middle. As you hear, to start things off for the evening, watch as our clowns perform dastardly feats with chainsaws. As you just hear, like, the audience, some people who obviously must have seen the show before going a bit crazy for chainsaw clowns. As you start seeing, like, clowns coming out, but instead of them dressed in, like, very bright colours, their outfits are, instead of vertical stripes with all sorts of different colours on them, they're horizontal stripes in black and white, kind of looking like more jail outfits rather than actual clown outfits. Big black buttons going down their main suit, so to say. And then their face paint, all of these clowns have... Yep.
I decided to, upon you mentioning the clowns, I decided to roll a, I don't know, I decided to roll a check, just a flat d6 to see what would come out, because I wasn't sure what attribute to put it to. But I rolled a 1, so couldn't stop but make a little sound when he heard clowns. Just letting you know in case it changes anything.
No worries. So continuing with the description of the clowns. All of these clowns have different variations of very sad, depressing faces on them. None of them seem to be happy. And instead of having like big afro-like or colourful hair, they all seem to have like really wet, really thick, like darkened hair that's just over their faces and just drooping down on them to just express sadness and woe, as a group of 4 of them just seem to come out and seemingly like kind of like scare or like be a little bit creepy towards the people in the front rows. When you do your little the clown thinks it's like one of the kids at the front, and just seems to like get really close to the kid's face and just goes before going back a little bit, scaring the kid shitless.
I want to add, are you sure at the circus we haven't just booked Slipknot?
Sadly, no. For some reason, I would like to make a sort of an old prison-bound clown Azarian. Oh lord. I'm getting ideas out. And then how their performance works, they start like roaming around, scaring some people, and when the time is right, they like snap into place, look at each other, and as they look at each other, it's like as if out of nowhere, they all reach into their baggy pants and whip out a full-sized chainsaw with one another, going vroom, starting them all up one at a time as they just start throwing these chainsaws to one another from one side of the ring to the other. Some people getting really scared while others are just amazed, going, ah. And as they're throwing these chainsaws around, they even start encircling as well, so now they're going round in a circle with chainsaws being thrown about. You notice that a light then comes from around the top of the ring, as you notice a cage that's around the top with a big black cloak over it. And specifically, Artemis, you eye up that cage because you believe that must have been the cage that Agatha must have been stuck in for all this time.
Exactly.
And the fact
It's not a good cage.
And the fact that they're using that cage must mean that they really don't know that Agatha's not here. And then
God, I hope she's not there.
And then the clowns are just continuing their thing as this cage slowly starts coming down. And it comes down to about 15 feet off of the floor as the clowns are now getting closer and closer to the cage, encircling it. And then they seem to stop circling it as they're now just chucking the chainsaws round in a circular motion around them, as they all just look to the cage and seem to blow fire directly onto it. And as they blow fire onto the cage, the cloth covering the cage is completely incinerated, revealing a figure on the inside, and everyone's like, huh? Who is that? What is that? And then lights seem to shine onto the cage out of nowhere as the chainsaws are still encircling, revealing a scared drow girl. And it just so happens to look exactly the same as Agatha?
Well, ain't that something?
I'll give you guys a chance to do something if you want to do anything.
I mean, Dr. Thaddeus is more like, how on earth did they manage to take Agatha? How they managed to take Hecate from? Yeah, because like
Yeah,
you
because
don't
you
know
guys
that
don't
about
know it's
Agatha.
Hecate, yeah.
Wait, why is Hecate in that cage? Wasn't she back at the hotel?
I'm just gonna roll a smarts check to see if I recognise who it is, because I'm not with the rest of the people.
Everyone can do that, actually.
Oh
Ish.
boy.
Last check to see if you can see if that is or is not Hecate / Agatha.
I rolled a natural 6, so
Guy sees true.
My eyes don't see true. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no.
I just with my phone under the cloak, I quickly send a text message through to Liam, because he's the only number I've got saved. And just go tell everyone Hecate in cage.
Yeah, and Liam actually rolled a 9, so
Nice. How did Artemis do?
I don't want to roll to see if I can recognize her, just to see if she looks the same. I was wondering if there's a way to roll like an appeal check to see if like from like a family or like a friendship bond, like to just know that that's her or not.
I get you. Tell you what, roll me an appeal check with favor, because you are best friends with her.
What do I add for a favor? Because I did roll. I have a 5 plus my appeal and then
Okay.
favor, so I don't know how much that would.
So your favor appeal will be 6. So it's whatever you rolled plus 6.
11.
That's very good. Effectively, you can all recognize, yup, that's her. Especially you, Artemis, and the part of your heart that seems to drop as if you think, how the heck did they do this?
I am going to kill Kickflip.
Liam is actually looking kind of not believing his eyes that Agatha is up there.
Erg is just dumbfounded, and at this moment in time, Erg is no more because he's just taken a supplement.
Okay.
It's time for Ergington the Third.
As you take that supplement, you notice that obviously Hecate / Agatha, who was in the cage, just seems to be completely distraught again. It just seems as if, oh god, she doesn't even know how she even got there by the looks. And then the Tannoy voice seems to come back on and just goes, it seems as if tonight we also have a special attraction joining our clowns. I present to you our special guest. As it seems as if like some of the merch guys come out and carry some ramps over, as all of a sudden what seems to be is a light going up to one of the top areas of the tent again, as you see a little platform and what seems to be a Lopland with a skateboard on that little platform, as he jumps on down and starts skateboarding in between the chainsaw clowns juggling the chainsaws, in between them and the cage, doing skateboarding tricks.
Could I have a feeling I know what's going on, but I want to know whether Dr. Thaddeus knows if there's some kind of mind control shit or bullshit going on.
Well, you are Dr. Thaddeus the Dastardly, one who is keen on his dastardly deeds.
Mm-hmm.
I would let you roll a smarts check with favour.
Okay.
Also, due to me have taken the supplements, I would be much more inclined to pick up on something like this. Would I also be able to roll a smarts check to see if I can determine whether or not that I believe this is mind control?
You can certainly, Ergington.
Why, thank you, good sir.
Yeah,
Everyone
I rolled a
can actually if you
12.
want to. 12 for the Faddy.
I rolled a nat 6 on top of a 6, so that's 12.
Correct, lovely.
So what are we rolling?
This is a
Smarts.
smarts check.
Okay.
I think Artemis is too pissed to roll a smarts check. She's just gonna. I'm pretty sure. Actually, can I just throw a card at the dude skateboarding, because I'm kind of.
You certainly can. Liam, before we do that, Liam, what did you roll?
Just a moment.
Oh, excuse me.
I rolled a 12.
Oh, that's a nat 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Three
So
12.
you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, that's definitely kickflip. But okay, something is definitely not right. Like, you notice when kickflip's doing like tricks, that you just catch a glimpse of it. You notice that his eyes that are normally coloured in when he's not got his ears in front of his face seem to be blank.
Okay.
It just seems as if he's not quite with it, yet he's still able to do these insane tricks with chainsaw clowns.
Could I?
Wait, before you do that, Artemis is throwing a card. Is this one of your minor arcana cards?
Yes, because I didn't get a chance to buy the major.
Okay. You must... Okay, so... The first use of the of the arcana cards. Right. With your minor arcana cards, please roll me 2d4 and tell me the two numbers that you get.
I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay. You are throwing the Knight of Swords card. With that being said, roll me an attack to see if you hit. That'll be a d12 plus your cunning. Cunning being a 6.
16.
Oh, very nice. You roll that card and it flies out true, as it does, just seemingly able to catch a kickflip on his skateboard. And as it does, it ricochets off of a key, which seems to latch itself onto kickflip's like foot as he's being kicked off. He looks down at his foot, seeing the Knight of Swords stuck onto there. And kickflip effectively is now going to roll a smart save. Because what the swords card does is, the mind is a precious thing, defended by great barriers. Swords break those barriers. When a wrestler is hit by a swords card, they must roll a smart save. On a failed save, The opponent's smarts, wits, and appeal are reduced to 1 for an amount of turns equal to the drawn suit. And with the Knight's card, they will be like that for 2d4 turns.
Oh.
And he failed. So he is going to become a dumb boy for 6 turns.
Oh.
Jesus.
Wow, I'm loving this.
And as Kickflip
You
just
saw
like
it, yeah.
he goes flying off the skateboard, seemingly not being cut by the chainsaw clowns, looks down at his foot, and then notices the card, but as it slowly takes effect on him, he just seems to like have a gulped expression on his face going, as he just flops backwards onto the ground and stays motionless. If anything, trying to make like a little little like because like the floor's like a little bit sandy for like the circus area, trying to make like a sand angel.
Aww.
And as he's making the sand angel, the lights just seem to like the clowns just seem to stop holding on to their original chainsaws as the lights snap. Like some of the lights snap on and they're instantly directed at you three on your seats.
No! Is it that moment that Dr. Thaddeus the Dastardly just stands on the seat and goes, "Ha ha ha ha! Fools! You thought that you could take control of a friend and use him like some kind of puppet?"
While you're making that speech, you just feel your phone vibrate. Because I've just sent you a text saying, "Don't be a dick."
Okay.
Too late.
Too late. He's done
Too
it.
late.
This is done.
Then all of a sudden you just hear like the Tannoy voice coming back on. Just to go, "Why, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as if we have some party crashers." With everyone in the audience looking at you guys going, "Boo, boo." You even like notice someone throwing a tomato at Dr. Thaddeus, which I'm gonna see if it hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna see whether I can catch it as well.
What was your AC, Thaddeus?
12.
Oh, that tomato splats in your face.
Like, I was gonna say whether I could catch the tomato. I'm
Roll
sad.
me a D12 plus cunning to see if you actually get higher than what I got.
Okay. Okay, D12 plus cunning. Nope. Fuck. Nope, never mind. It
What did
goes
you get?
flat.
What did you get?
I got a nat 1.
Yep. It's like as if you see it coming and it's like, "Hup!" Just insta tomato in face.
You know that kind of that Sideshow Bob does when he gets hit by the brake.
Yeah.
He does that.
Sideshow Bob. Yeah.
Yeah,
I imagine, like, instead of it just being a straight off, you miss the catch, you catch what you think is the tomato, when in reality you've just grabbed the seat and the tomato just goes flying past your hand straight into your face. So you got a moment of glory, like, haha, I caught. Oh.
Oh.
That'd be pretty cool. But with you guys there, the audience that's booing at you, it's like as if the more they boo, you notice more and more people around you. It seems as if they get very tired whilst they're booing you, and they're seemingly flopping over, falling asleep.
Oh shit.
Well, that's
Until eventually the
interesting.
entire place is silent.
Liam looks around. Maybe this is just mass hypnosis or something.
Gonna edge closer and closer to the ring, trying to stay out of sight.
You just hear the voice of Matanoi again, just kind of saying, "Ah, the friends of that pesky wreckable, I reckon. Daughter of the world champion. I was waiting for you, thinking that your friend was safe in that hotel of yours. Or should I say, both of your friends. If you want me or any of my compatriots, you're gonna have to go through these first." And as he says that, the chainsaw clowns turn around with their chainsaws at the ready, revving them back up again. As they're ready for battle next time in the next gripping episode of Ring Warriors.
Yes.
Ah,
Wrestlers
I mean-
versus chainsaw clowns.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Stealth Rock ready to make an entrance.
I know, right? Stealth Rock still
I
Stealth
mean,
Rock.
they fucked with the wrong Drow on this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Gonna get hot. Ladies and
I get
gents,
to test out my new glove.
hey, you do. Oh,
Oh, can I suplex a chainsaw into one of the clowns?
oh we're gonna have to look into that next time, I'm afraid. Check the logistics. But for now,
No. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Ted.
I was going to say suplex the clown with the chainsaw into another clown so that the chainsaw goes into the clown's face, but with the clown holding said chainsaw. I don't know.
Just like a
clown with
ricochet
into the
chainsaw clown,
of another
chainsaw clown.
Yes.
German suplex a chainsaw into 3 clowns. It's fine.
Nice.
Or then there is that he is going to suplex a clown holding a chainsaw, which goes into the other clown with the chainsaw, and that clown's chainsaw sinks into that clown you're suplexing in.
So you're making a clown chainsaw centipede.
Basically, yeah.
Guys, we need to make this film.
God damn it, no.
Chainsaw Centipede, the movie.
God damn it.
That has very different connotations, Tom.
Oh god. But yes, in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a while since we did a session, but hey ho, we finally got there. And what a fun one it's been. Lots of fun. I will note on my calendar, sadly next week there will be no session, but that's simply because I'm in Cardiff with my lovely other half. But
Yeah.
afterwards, we're back! And better than ever with Chainsaw Clown Wrestling, which is not going to be a thing in my campaign. But if you want it in yours, totally. And if you're interested in testing Ring Warriors in any way, shape, or form, please hit me up in the Discord, which you can find out down in the description, panels, wherever you may be. And whilst you're down there, maybe even consider subscribing, following, depending on where you are. Join us for some more explosive fun times in the future, be it Ring Warriors or otherwise. That is goodbye for my hearty player crew.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.
And goodbye from yours truly. Stay explosive, guys. We'll be seeing you next time.